evening. This is Ladies Moment with me, Christiana Babayo, and
Farida had.
on Husky TV. And in this on this program, we discuss diverse issues faced by women in the society, particularly in today's society. And when we say women, we're talking about women all over the world. And we are going to be discussing various topics as it concerns women in each episode of this program.
Yeah.
Now, let's take a short break so that when we come back, we'll go straight into it. Well, welcome back, and you're still on set with us here on Husky TV on the Ladies Movement with myself, Christiana Babayo.
And Farida Hag, and I'm so thrilled to be with you on this journey.
Well, I have a very particular interest in this program because ladies' moment,
Of
like
course.
it's our moment.
Yeah, it's our moment.
Our moment. And on today's episode, we will be discussing mental health and wellness.
Yeah.
Mental health and wellness, and particularly under this topic, we'll be discussing addressing stress, anxiety, and self-care practices. As women, especially for those of us who want to live this baby girl life,
Of
you need
course.
to ensure that you're taking care of your mental health. And one thing that actually bothers me is that mental health is quite important,
It is.
just as your physical health is important. But
It is.
unfortunately, a lot of people do not even pay attention
We don't
to
even
it.
care about that.
Like,
We tend to overlook it.
it's just something we overlook. Like, if you have a headache, or you feel a certain way in your body, you say, okay, let me go to the hospital and check this out. Let me conduct a test and find out.
But normally,
what's wrong with me.
it's something people don't. We don't actually do
If
that.
it's a mental health issue, just forget it. Everybody just carries whatever problem, whatever stress that they have, and then they just
Yeah.
basically just moving around with it. Now, let me particularly shock you, Farida.
Okay.
So, according to the statistics by World Health Organization,
Mm.
1 in 5 women experience mental health illness
Of course.
worldwide.
Wow.
1 in 5.
Wow.
So, assuming there are 5 of us on set, the possibility is that one of us has a mental illness.
Definitely.
You get?
You know what?
It's an alarming figure.
It is, because actually, let's talk about, when we talk about the mental health, let's break it through. We have stress, we have anxiety, there is depression. So when you look at all this, if you should add it up together, women mostly go through that. Is it that when you talk about anxiety right now, when you talk about anxiety, we have you're so anxious. There's this fear,
Nervous,
yeah, nervous.
feeling
There's this
of
fear, very
You're
good.
just afraid, and not because there is actually something to be
Yes.
afraid of. You're just
Or
unnecessarily
let's say,
nervous.
if really there is something to be afraid of, some of them actually go through that. Maybe let's say sexual assault, and domestic violence. These are sort of things that it gets them to have that anxious feelings they are going through, and also stress. Actually, when you're stressed out, Christiana, when you're stressed out, definitely you're stressed out.
You're stressed out.
Work,
Stress is
Work?
no.
relationship,
Family.
family,
Then there's
the
society.
society itself.
Society
Oh my God.
is the number one cause of stress.
It is.
Especially now, this is ladies' moment,
Mhm.
especially for women. Now, we're not saying that the other gender
They are not
is
going
not
through that.
experiencing this, but this program is revolving around women,
Yeah.
and women are more likely to develop depression than men. This is
course.
statistics; it's real. I'm not the
Yeah.
one saying it. Women are more likely to develop
Yeah.
depression than men, and you also know, interestingly, 29% of women
Mm.
have anxiety disorders
Seriously.
worldwide.
Seriously.
It's one thing to have anxiety, you're anxious and all that. When it starts affecting your day-to-day
Then-
life, that's an anxiety disorder.
Definitely.
It becomes a disorder.
Definitely.
And like you said, women are more prone to these things
Mhm.
because of several factors. There are hormonal changes.
Of course.
We have
We-
social pressure. There's trauma, like you said. Some people are going through
Through
domestic violence.
definitely.
Some went through sexual abuse and
Yes.
all this kind of.
And they don't
Sometimes-
get over it.
Yes,
They don't
you
go
don't
over it.
really get to sit and manage it. And sometimes, work-life balance is another thing.
Seriously.
Like myself, I know that up until now, I'm still struggling to put a balance between my work life
And
and my personal life.
personal life.
Now, when you're not able to balance
The
you know,
two
the two.
or the three that you're going
It's a
through.
very, very, very big source of stress
Seriously.
for women, particularly because for men, the way society has designed it is that the men are the working
Yeah.
population. They
And they
just
shouldn't
they just work. They
Yes.
just go out and they
And
work.
they
So
don't
it's
do
like they're used
you
to
know,
the thing.
they don't even have the right to tell you that they can't do it.
They
They
can't.
must do it.
Society has made it that it is your job.
Mm-hmm.
You must do it, sir.
Definitely.
Like you have to provide for the family. You have to
Yeah.
go out there and work. Society has made it that men have to go out there and work. But for the women now, because society is now evolving, now you get to see a lot of women having a work life.
Definitely.
Women are now having careers. So, and because you want to excel, because if you have a career, I don't think you just want to stay at the bottom.
No,
You
no,
want to
no.
excel
You want
one
to
day
excel,
and
you want to
become,
go for it.
because you get to the top and
Yes.
you chill with the big boys.
Definitely.
So if you want to get there, you
Yeah.
have to put in the work.
You have to.
And you're putting in the work. That doesn't mean that you will not take care of family.
There is that one.
That aspect of your life must also be taken
It
care
must,
of while
it
you are
must.
at it. So it's not like you can just decide, let me focus on this one and just
And
once
no,
you become
You won't just
somebody
go on
that
one
focuses
side.
on work alone, you know that family front is
Where will you keep your family?
suffering.
Your society. The society you're living in, where will you balance that? So
You
it's
can't just
something-
abandon one and just
and just take
focus on one and say that okay, I want to just get to the top of my career, and so I'm not going to focus on family, because
Yeah.
most times we get to see situations where women have just they are just so married to their work,
Definitely.
and then they begin to neglect the family,
Definitely.
particularly those who are married
And,
and have children.
And the moment they bring the issue of family in, she feel like no, she's already stressed out. How will I deal with my family? How will I deal with work? Like how will I put these two together?
Like for those of us who do 8 to 5, like you're in at
Yes.
8. By the time
So
you're
how
home
will
at
you-
5, you know
how
how
will
it
you
is now.
balance all
When you
that?
finish from here, once you get offset, when you go home, please, what do you want to do?
Let me take a nap. To take my bath sometimes is a problem.
It's
I feel like let me take a nap when I'm up. Then eating is a problem.
because you don't expect me that I've been out on the field working all day, and now it's
Since
5
morning.
p.m. and I'm home maybe around 5:30 or so. How do I begin to cook? How do I begin to go to the market to buy things? And that is where the
And
work-life balance thing comes in.
yes,
Unless because there are people who have balanced this thing. They know how they are balancing and managing their lives. They know that no matter what time they get off work, they would actually get time to go stop by the supermarket or stop by the market, get this and this and this, and then they go home. They still have the energy and the moral capacity to cook up something and eat.
But you know that it doesn't just come so easy like that. Maybe that person has a supportive partner, a supportive family, a supportive home. Because I don't think that person will allow you to go out from morning 6 o'clock and come back 5 o'clock and get something at the supermarket and just come home like that. Your family, what have you have children, definitely. You have children. So you have to deal with that. Went to school by 8, maybe they'll come back by 2. What are you doing by that time? Like you're not even there to take care of them. So you need a
You're even at
supportive
the work, you're at the office while they are coming. So you need to have planned. Like you said, it's not an easy task.
It's not.
It means that you have sat down to carefully plan every part of your day.
Yeah.
You know that okay, I'm going to be at work by that too, that children are going to be closing from school. So you have made arrangements for how they are going to be mobilized back to the house, and for what they are going to eat while they are at home, while you are still in the office.
In the office working.
And then by the time you come back home, you're going to ensure that okay, assignments are done, uniforms are washed, they are ready for the next
How was
day.
their day? You need to,
and then probably you need to catch up. Like, what happened in school today? If not, you find yourself neglecting children.
This is where
and husband.
My sister. All that in just one person.
So the whole work-life balance thing is something that, like you said, people spend a lot of time to work on it. If you don't work on it, you would be lagging behind them. Because it's this kind of thing now that you would see, because you see this our ladies movement. I don't want to talk too much so that we will not begin to enter another episode, because I wanted to say now that that for people, women that have not been able to put a balance between work and their life, this is where you begin to neglect the husband.
Definitely.
That is where now
the issue is gonna come.
Yes, that is where now. Small time now, they will start telling you, society now. They will not Farida, is that not your husband that you saw the other time with Patricia?
That is it.
They will come and tell you. I did not
Definitely.
ask for this piece of information, but even if they
They'll let you
ask,
know
they will come and
because
tell you.
no, because you don't know. You're always at work.
They will come and tell you. And then if you are now deciding that okay, let me go and confront this man.
And
But what
do you
can you
no,
even confront him?
good? What
Do
do
you
you
have
want to
his
say?
time? You know,
What do you
have
actually
you
want to
played your
tell him?
role as the wife?
You have not.
You have not
not.
put balance
You have
between
not.
work and your own life.
So how do
And
you
then
put it? How? So this
marital problems begin to come up for people who
it
are
is
married.
something that if you don't sit and plan it well, women, if we don't sit down and plan it well, this is where the problem comes in. Your husband, you love your husband so much. You want to be with him, right? But you need to balance your work. He needs your time. Your children needs your time. Your work needs your time. If your family needs your time. So this is where if you don't get through it, then you start thinking. Or when you see your husband call, you feel like, okay, now what is it? What's the problem? What happened? There's just a lot
You're
of
just
things.
you're
You're
just
so
anxious.
anxious.
That's where
You don't
anxiety now
comes
begins
in.
to step in.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's just a lot. We women, it's just a lot.
And you know, now it's because we're even talking about those that are married.
Yes.
How about those that are not married?
Good.
How about those that are not married? Now, by the time you're not even married, by the time work has finished with you for an entire day, maybe on a normal day before you were employed, you would just sit down and then maybe around 4 you'd be like,
Yeah.
hello Barry, how far? Where you did now? Go with you.
Let's just catch
And
up.
then
Let's
you and Barry will just
drop
try to,
location.
girls,
Location,
our
definitely.
girls thing, women supporting women will now decide, let's go and hang out.
Yeah.
We now go sit, gossip and do whatever it is women
You
do
want
when
to
men
do.
are not around.
Yes.
But
Since
you're working like, early in the morning, your GM wants you to be on set.
definitely
Yeah, you're on set. After that, you know that you have to do
have
other things
to do
because work does not
your
close
work is just
until
scheduled.
yes. So
And
by
there's
the
no
time
close.
you're done,
Do you have time? And this is where your friends will be like, okay, right now because she's working now, she's showing us high class.
you begin to hear
she don't have
Farida, you
time again, you
abandoned me.
abandoned me.
Farida, you have
don't-
dumped me. Farida, you don't. You're just enjoying your money alone.
Then do you know that there's this thing that we just got used to it. When there's a call, hello, I'll call you back. And that calling of back
And
is something that maybe till you have to call back
We're
again.
all guilty of this thing. So, particularly like me, I've gotten to the point where I used to tell people, when I say I will call you later, I'm not saying like later in a few minutes. I'm saying later on in life. not, not like later.
Later.
Yeah, apart from that, I'm sorry, you still have to call me to remind me
That you were supposed to call me.
and it's not as if I am actively ignoring anybody,
No,
but
no.
I really do not have the time. I
Yeah.
have not balanced my life and
Seriously.
work properly. That's the thing. I'm guilty of it. I've not put that balance. So
Yeah.
it's very difficult for me to, begin to say, I want to close from work and I want to go and chill now.
Do you have that strength? This is where the stress comes in. You're already stressed out. You are stressed out. You're physically and mentally stressed out.
Before you know it now. Yeah, that's it. Mental. You begin to have mental mental health issues.
Yeah.
You know that your health mentally is not
it's
in
not
the right
stable.
place.
It is not.
There was a time I woke up one morning.
Mhm.
I just remember I was supposed to go to school. Then I was supposed to go to work. And I had other
schedule.
engagements, other schedules. And then the one that the odogo of all of these problems is when
yes.
you are now broke. You are not a broke
Okay.
Nigerian. After I just had that, I didn't even have. I said, so I don't even have money to move around.
all this.
Before I knew it, I was just crying. I just started crying. Only me was sitting in the house and I was crying.
Like, then you be thinking
what kind
it's a
of
normal
problem
thing.
is this?
It's not normal. It's not normal
At that
all.
moment,
It is not.
I know the thing is that if you're not self-aware, you will not know that your mental health is
in danger.
You would not know. But at that moment, because I was self-aware, I began to know that okay, truly, something is wrong.
Something is wrong.
You're
somewhere.
not okay.
Something
Physically, you may be
somewhere.
feeling fine, but
mentally you are
you're
not.
frustrated. Because why are you crying as an adult?
You're not supposed to cry.
Why am I crying? Because I am frustrated. I am stressed out. I have so many things that I'm supposed to do all at the same time, and I don't even have the resources to do that. I don't even have a car.
Do it.
I have to go and jump keke. And God help you, you're in Nigeria now with the high
With the
price
oh
of
my
fuel.
God.
If See, free
Do you know?
advice. When you want to enter keke now,
You have
you have
to
to
ask.
negotiate.
Yes, negotiate.
How
Like,
much are you
let's
taking
start.
into this place?
Let's start. You know, this happened to
Mm-hmm.
me this early morning when I was coming to work. Um, Actually, I know coming from AA man to this place is just 100 naira, 150.
That's
But
before.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he told me. I didn't even ask him.
You just
It's a
believe. It's
normal
not
thing.
150
One
at most.
fifty now, at 150. So when I entered, Hachia, your money is 200, and you know everything is
And
on budget.
I know because of 50
Everything
naira
is
now,
on budget. My
you
steez,
just lose your
everything is
skills
on
and
budget.
composure because of 50 naira. 50 naira now, normal day
I
does
was
not
like, okay, wait, no, wait, no, wait. AA man to Muslim council 150. How? I used to pay 150. So you're telling me 200. How does it make sense? He said, this one is my keke. So you pay 200 naira.
I know the thing is that you have already not asked from the beginning before you
Yes.
enter. So at this point, there's nothing you can do, my sister. You have to pay that money.
I was coming, I was just thinking. I was alone thinking, okay, my project for today was 600 naira. Now 200 naira is gone. So what will I do? Me alone on the road. Not even thinking, what if Keke will pass and hit me? No. You see,
You will not even know.
my mental, like, I was so stressed out. I reached this office. Shetima was like, Frida, what is the problem? I was like, Shetima, my 200 naira is gone. I know they've made this money. I have to spend 150.
Mhm.
So all those in your head, oh my god. We ladies were actually going through a lot.
We're going through it. And I will remember that last week I was going somewhere with a friend, and it's a double lane in town. So, double lane, you just need to check one side of the
Yeah.
road right before you cross. Then we actually moved past that to a single lane, and then we were trying to cross. We just entered the road and began to walk. It was when we reached the end of the road. I now remember that, but you do realize that you did not check both sides of the road. You just entered the road. Like, what if there was a vehicle coming from the other side?
Okay.
And honestly, it was not because I didn't do that intentionally. I really did not even. I did not even know. I did not know what was happening. It was after the whole crossing of the road that I now remember that. Okay, it was a single lane. I was not paying attention. I'm like, okay, so if car had hit you now, she is in the hospital. We'll be having this
Okay.
conversation.
See? Okay, let's not just leave all this let's not just talk about we the single. Married women, pregnant women, postpartum stress.
Another source of mental health issue is
Yeah.
postpartum. And
Postpartum.
funny enough, do you know that people they don't even bother about it because postpartum. I was looking at a video online where the wife of Honorable Nelson Leng
Yeah.
was making a video about postpartum. I think somebody asked her about postpartum, so she had put to bed recently, so she was trying to clarify. She said, as a woman, if you just put to bed, get all the help you can get.
Seriously.
Don't be ashamed because one thing about a woman's life is that if you're a woman now, you're married, you have a home. Even as single people, self talk more of married people, once you begin to have maybe you have a lady that comes around to clean your house, you have another that comes around to do the dishes and wash the clothes for you, people will say, I wonder. But wife material,
Of course.
she's not wife material.
Of course.
That's what people begin to tell you as, with this man, how did he end up with this one? She does not do anything.
All she does is just sleep, wake up and eat.
But in that video, she was saying that get help. If you have the resources to get help, get help. Because postpartum is real. You would fall down and die.
Seriously, it is.
And you will now be saying, what
Wow,
happened?
what
It did not
happened?
even
Just
know.
like that. Just like that.
And sometimes the women don't really have men that
Know that.
about postpartum.
Yeah.
There's postpartum depression. Your wife could literally die from this thing if it is not paid attention to.
You just
you would just think that your wife is trying to lazy around, but she's not lazing around. Though. She's overwhelmed.
It is seriously.
She's overwhelmed. She's having a hard time bonding with the child that she just put
to bed.
She cannot even.
And that stress.
She's stressed. She's not. I mean, it's just too much. It's
seriously,
too much.
it is.
So if you don't have an attentive husband and you don't have help, for most of the women that give birth, just them and their husbands at home, maybe you don't get your mother-in-law, your mother to come
sister or anybody to come.
The African thing they call umugo. You don't have help. You're just there. Only you. If your husband is not paying attention, that's how you just as Africans, you just navigate your way through it. You survive. If you perish,
you don't.
So Farida, let's just take a very quick break, and then when we come back, we will talk about other
see
issues that gives women
Yeah.
mental health
Mhm.
conditions.
Yeah. Welcome back if you're just joining us. This is Latest Moment with
Sister
Tiana and
Tiana,
Hash.
bio.
So before we were talking about crucial things, what women go through and that affects their mental health. We're also forgetting one of us. We're also forgetting that. You know, there used to be a certain time that there's this woman close to our house. She's not married. She's not married. And she reached a stage that she should be married.
Mm.
It started affecting her. She slimmed down. She was, we women, we have
Yeah.
that steez, we have everything,
Society will pressure you now.
so like, okay, she worked in a bank. Then after that, no husband. If there's no husband, we ladies we know no husband. You go to school. After school, you find work. After work,
You
you
gather
feel
small
you gather
money,
small
let me
money.
take
Feel
care
like
of myself.
let me,
You want to
not.
compete with other people. Let me get a car of my own. I want to let me establish myself. Life is not all about marriage.
Good. But after running along all that, you realize you need to get married.
You do.
So we sat down with her. She was like, Farida, I want to get married. Nothing is speaking for this life again. I really want to get married.
With all your money.
Which is, I'm in a stage that I have to be in my husband's house. They are mock like there's this mock when she goes out. When you're with your friends when they're married, be like, my baby said I shouldn't go out. Baby
My
said
husband, this
bought
one.
me this. My husband
My
bought me
boo
that.
said this one. If the man
Doctor-
is not having a portfolio, this is Dr. Boo.
Dr. Boo
He said
said
that we need to do this. So
we need to
my
do that.
husband, like it's your husband, your husband.
your
Really,
husband.
don't you
To a
say
point.
anything?
To a point that she don't get close to them anymore. Or because all her friends are married. So she stays at home, just her alone. Because there's this as I said, mockery of a thing. So in order not to get through all that again, she stays at home and be like all to herself.
Which is
It's
not
really
good. It's a
affecting
sign of
me.
mental health issues because one of the symptoms is that you begin to withdraw.
Yeah.
You begin to withdraw from society. You
Yeah.
just want to be on your own. But being on your own, that's how depression even sets in.
Definitely.
Before you know, you're having suicidal
having-
thoughts.
She said, okay, now, should I just get someone? Okay, what should I do about this? She
Yeah,
said,
baby.
should I have a good? As if you're there, Tiana. She said, okay, why not just give birth and after
I
all,
know, even at that, society will just not like it.
but
Like,
people don't even worry about that
You want to give birth and you don't have husband in Africa.
in Africa. That would
You
be
don't have husband.
you don't have
want
home
to
training.
born.
Where is the home training?
You're like, okay, so you want to start sleeping around. That is what you are saying. Because
Okay,
they don't understand this concept of since
You
age is no
just,
longer on my side, let
yeah.
me just get pregnant because I need someone to take care of me when I am old. No, you can't do it in Africa. Sorry.
okay. After everything, there are things that we will do to at least that will help us or will help us erase that thing that we are going through. There are little things that we do to ourselves. For example, now, when you're stressed out, you need to chill, hang out, be with friends.
I just like how you said you need to chill.
We need to chill.
You need to chill.
We need to chill.
Really, but that's just the solution.
Yeah,
You need to chill.
we need to chill.
Rest, auntie.
Like-
Rest. You need to rest.
Calm
down.
Do what
Calm down.
do
It's not
what
that deep.
makes
Oh.
you happy.
It's not that deep.
After all the stress, after everything, relax and do what makes you happy. If you think going out with Tiana, maybe if you call her, babe, where are you? Okay, let's chill at hangout at 4 p.m. You know, when you're there, you talk about a lot of things that your mind
Hmm.
is at rest. You know, when you're having a problem, when you share it with your friend, you feel
It,
like, or
it
when you share it with
feels
someone close to you, you feel like,
the
okay,
burden
it
reduces.
reduces. So before you know it, you think it doesn't do anything to it, but it does. You're stressed out. It erases a lot of things in your head. After that, we say, you know, we keep saying, it's just all these people outside yoga. Wake up in the
Hmm.
morning, you meditate, you calm yourself
And people used to think
down.
that that thing is like some form of cult or
Yes,
something.
but
It
it is
is. It
not.
is really low. There are things that help you meditate.
Yeah, you meditate.
You know, you give yourself chance to sit and think about. You reflect,
Yeah.
and then see if you have a problem that you cannot do anything about. Why are you worried? It's not that deep. Oh. Just leave it there
Just,
and go.
you know what? And sometimes, okay, you do something that makes you happy. Hobby. What's your hobby? What do you like to do in your free times? What's that thing that when you do, okay, like for me, maybe when I chill out with you, maybe you go to stadium, maybe you want to play basketball, you watch people playing
Play
football, table
tennis.
tennis, there's this lovers game. When you do all that, it really it's like it's makes it there's this relaxation you get after that.
It's true.
Oh, and also, don't forget to eat healthy food. No, you know that thought of me going
This
after
one
this
I have
program,
talked. I don't know why you brought this thing at the end of this program, but see that eat.
healthy
It's
food,
like no matter what you're
healthy
going
food,
through in life, just eat.
eat,
Just eat. Because
eat.
sometimes I will be feeling as if I'm depressed, but when I
When
eat, I just
you
realize
see
there is
food,
hunger that is disturbing me. So you need to eat.
you
Though.
need to
Eat.
eat
You cannot starve
healthy.
yourself and say that because I know eat. By my own because our time is already fast spent. This is where we draw the curtains for today. But before we leave, what I'm going to leave you with is that no matter what you're going through in this life, just chill, eat,
Sometimes it's just
eat.
hunger.
You
And
just eat
aside
and
that,
relax. It's
do
not
you
that deep.
know? Do you know that the meat? Okay, after this program, I want to go eat shawarma from Shona. That alone, it gives me one piece. Like
Did
I
you say
feel.
Shola?
Don't do that with me.
Okay, okay, okay.
And it's so unfortunate that we are actually drawing our curtains here.
Well, this is where we can stop for today's program. We know it's been an interesting time here in the studio. We enjoyed ourselves, and we know we did too. So we'll see you again same
Next
time next week here at the Ladies Moment
moment,
program on Haske TV. Stay tuned to our other programs, and for now, goodbye.
to have a nice day.